Hey guys, this is Gael from madridismo.org. Today was quite a weird press conference. Mourinho kept saying that the press kept trying to destabilize Real Madrid, and in turn, some people kept asking Pepe embarrassing questions. Tell us what you think in the comments. See for yourself.
A todos, bienvenidos. Vamos a comenzar esta comparecencia de prensa con turno de preguntas para el entrenador del Real Madrid, Jose Mourinho, y ya después pasaremos al turno de preguntas para el jugador Pepe. Good evening, everyone. We will begin this press conference with a first round of questions for Real Madrid coach Jose Mourinho, and then we will move on to a round of questions for Real Madrid player Pepe. Please remember that it's one question per intervention, and you must identify yourself with your name and the company that you represent. Comenzamos.
Hola, buenas. Jesús Sánchez para el radio. Quería preguntarle si
Given that the result of the first leg match is pretty safe, are you planning to rotate many of the players who started against Osasuna?
Si tienes planificado hacer varios cambios.
No, not many changes. Few changes. Actually, the only player who played in Pamplona but hasn't been called up for this match is Arbeloa. All the other players have been called up and are ready to play. Pepe, if he's here, it's because he'll play. This is a Champions League match. Very few people think Apoel can win 0-4 at the Bernabeu. But football is football. We must respect football. We must respect the fans who want to see a good match. So very few changes. We'll play with a very strong team.
Hola, Mr. Carlota Velasco de Antena 3 Televisión.
Given that there are still 8 Liga games to play, plus 4 Champions matches in the best case scenario, wouldn't it be a good opportunity to give some rest to players who have played many games, such as Cristiano Ronaldo and Xabi Alonso? They're alright, they're alright. The team is alright, the team isn't tired, the players are alright, they're confident, they want to play. Our record in Champions League in the last 2 years is very good. Many wins, few ties, and only 1 loss. We want to keep doing a good job. If we can play well tomorrow and win, and continue this trend, it will be even better.
Mister, Silvia Arroa de Televisión Española, ustedes que más o menos tienen la eliminatoria encarrilada.
You already have a foot and a half in the semi-finals. Would you be watching the face-off between Barca and Milan? And since you know both teams very well, what do you think about this game? No, I'll be watching Bayern, because if we make it to the semi-finals, that's the team we'll be playing, I think. Or if not them, then Marseille. But that is the match that I am most interested in tonight. And that's why it's the match that we will watch. Barcelona v Milan, it's a great match. Maybe the most important match in these quarterfinals, given the result of the first leg. But I'm not going to watch it. I'd like to know your opinion regarding Kun and Higuain, footballistically speaking. Which one do you prefer? That's a good question, but it's the consequence of a fake headline. And that's why I'm not even going to say anything. If I start commenting on fake headlines, I won't have time to do anything else. You admitted yesterday in an interview that it was good sometimes to have enemies. Do you feel that it's harder for you to get praise here in Spain? Football enemies. The interview must be read from beginning to end. Football enemies. And I'd say quote-unquote football enemies. I don't like that word. And I don't have enemies in my life. We always look for motivation. When people criticize you, when you feel there's no connection, for some people it's a factor of pressure. For me it's a factor of motivation. Do you think Ibrahimovic will have a great match tonight? Do you think Milan has a good chance? I don't think anything. As I've said, what matters to us is to make it to the semi-finals. What matters to us is to study and analyze the match between Bayern and Marseille. We all agree that Barca-Milan is the most important match in these quarterfinals, but it doesn't mean anything to us at the moment. Since Pepe is sitting next to you, he has a reputation of being a tough player. He gives this image sometimes. You know him well. What can you tell us about him? I don't know why you're even asking me. You guys write things about people as if you knew them so well. And then you ask questions that don't make any sense. It's like when you say Cristiano has problems within the club, that the other guy is a saint, that Cristiano is a guy who doesn't get along with anybody. You write whatever you want, and then you ask. In that context, questions lose their meaning. What I can say about Pepe is the same as what I say about myself. Our friends and relatives need to know who we are. The others, they can say and think whatever they want. But in the end, those who have the privilege to know Pepe are his family and his friends. I wanted to ask about Las. He's been experiencing fatigue for the last 2 weeks. Are you worried about not having him available? How is he? Well, I'm worried about every absence. I like it when I'm having a hard time choosing. I don't like it when it's easy to choose. With Lasana and Ricardo being injured, and Kedira being sick, choices are easier to make, because there are 3 men less to choose from. But I don't like it. I like having them all available. But I've been told that both Lasana and Ricardo should be available to join the team next Friday, so Las should be back soon. With players like Granero and Xavi, the team scores many more goals but has less ball possession overall. With Las or Kedira, it seems that the team is less offensive but controls the ball more. How do you explain that? I don't. The only thing I explain is that I want the team to win, to play well. And since the beginning of the season, we've been getting the job done regardless of the players who played and didn't play. For me, that's what matters the most. You say that Granero and Xavi did a great match in Pamplona? And I'm the first one to be super happy about that, and I agree. But 3 days before that, we played in Cyprus, Kedira and Sahin played, and both did a great match. The team as a whole played very well too and won. That's why for me that's what matters. What matters is to get a good response from whoever plays, like Albiol, who gave a great response in Pamplona. The strength of the group is what matters. Every day you're trying to destabilize that group with breaking news. Last week, Ari supposedly had signed with Manchester City, Di Maria had signed with whoever, Casillas was leaving for Schalke to be with Raúl. This week, today, Higuaín is going to Malaga, while Kyle Walker and Glenn Johnson are already coming here. But The group is very strong and very united. We've been in the same group from day one. We didn't buy or sell anybody in December. Nobody came or left. And we'll go together until the end. And come the last day, we'll be crying or celebrating together. I wanted to further discuss the double pivot you use at Pamplona, because every time they play, they do a good job and the team wins. Do you like to mix things up, or is Kedira, for example, indispensable in key matches such as the quarterfinals of the Champions League? No. If I were you, I'd be wondering who plays poorly. When you say that Granero and Xavi both played very well, I agree with you. I agree completely. And I am as happy as you are. But tell me, who played poorly? Did Kedira play poorly? Is he playing poorly? Did Sain play poorly in Cyprus? Who plays poorly on this team? If you can tell me of a guy who doesn't play well and is always starting, okay. But if they all give a positive response... Did Albiol play poorly in Pamplona? And what about Varane? When he plays, does he play poorly? None of them plays poorly that I know of. What I want is for the players to play well and for the group to give a good response.
Ciao, Francesca Cesarini, Sportman.it, Radio Sport 24.
You coach Ibrahimovic. You know him very well. In an interview that was published in Italy, you said you were very disappointed when he left Inter. So you have a very high opinion about him. But anyway, he's a great champion and he can make the difference in the championship, but why is it, in your opinion, that he can't make a difference in decisive matches like the Champions League? What is he lacking? No, this is not a question for me. This is not a question for me. Di Maria played a little bit the other day. He's feeling better, fortunately for Real Madrid. I'd like to know how the medical attention he received in Portugal contributed to his recovery, and if he'll be 100% fit for the rest of the season. It was a tough injury, hard to recover from. He recovered. He's been training fully for 10 days or so. But training and playing are two very different things. Although he played for only 10-12 minutes, he felt very good in Pamplona, and so did we. Tomorrow he'll play again. More than 10 minutes, for sure. Not 90 minutes, we don't want that. But he'll play more. He's an important player. The team missed him, although we always achieved positive results. But he's important to us, and it's a good thing he's back.
Hola, mister. Buenos días. Rodrigo Jiménez de Radio Nacional.
After the two consecutive missteps via Malaga and Villarreal, the team is up and strong again. 13 goals in 3 games. Your football has improved again. It's similar to what happened in the first half of the season, with those consecutive ties and then a very good reaction. Do you think that reaction and that quality is going to last until the end of the season? I disagree with your definition of misstep. I don't think they were missteps. As I've said repeatedly, what's not normal is what the team is achieving in this championship. A team can't win 40 matches in a row. In a championship you win, you lose. There is no other European team with a 6-point lead, let alone 10. It's almost surreal in top-flight football. So for me, no misstep. Against Malaga, we tied at home. Against a team who scored in the last minute, it's normal. It's football. And the other match can't be called a misstep either, because it's not. What happened was no misstep. But although we've been highly criticized because of our silence regarding that match, I still think it was a smart and positive group decision not to talk about what you call a misstep. If we talked about it, we wouldn't call it a misstep. We would call it something else, and that's why we didn't say a word, nor are we going to. And we keep going forward on this difficult path, because it is difficult. But we keep going. We'll try and keep going.
Pasamos a preguntas para el jugador del Real Madrid, Pepe. We now move on to a round of questions for Real Madrid player Pepe.
Hola, buenas tardes. Arantxa Díaz de ABC.radio.
You were sent off in Villarreal. There was an incident, so to speak, between the referee and you. Do you feel particularly watched by the referees? Are you a little afraid on the pitch to be sent off or judged for your style? Good afternoon. I wasn't sent off. I was suspended. But all I did was to defend my team. All I did was for my team, trying to earn 3 points. But it wasn't possible. But we have to keep going, and I think the team is doing great. Have you ever considered leaving Real Madrid at the end of the season? No, never. I'm feeling really good here in Madrid. People love me, and I love them too. I have a contract. I've just signed a new contract, and I expect to fulfill it. What do you think about the committee's decision to suspend you for 2 matches after what happened at the Madrigal? They are here to judge, we are here to play. When I can play again, I want to do my best to help my team so that my team wins. Everybody says Madrid and Barcelona are the best teams in the world right now. They are favourite to reach the finals of the Champions League. Do you think it would be a good thing for you if Milan eliminated Barca tonight? We have a very long way to go before reaching the final of the Champions League. We have to focus on our football, our opponents, and then we'll see. But it's still a long way to go before the final, and we hope to get there. Do you sometimes feel that you're being booked for no reason just because it's you, and that other players wouldn't have been booked for the same foul? Well, the referees make their own opinion and decisions, right? They are here to make calls and to do their job. I am here to play. You can discuss these questions, but I am here to play. If the referee deems that he should send me off or book me, it's his decision, and it's not up to me to comment. What is, in your opinion, your biggest flaw as a Real Madrid centre-back? My biggest flaw as a player? As a centre-back. We all have flaws, right? But I don't see any that would prevent me from wearing the Real Madrid jersey. I'm putting my heart and soul into defending the colors of Real Madrid and into honoring the fans who attend the games at Bernabeu.
Si no hay más preguntas para Pepe, concluimos la rueda de prensa. Muchas gracias.